In this video, I want to show you a simple gun adjustment that you can start using right away on any of your projects so that you can lay down your clear coat much smoother than you've been doing. And welcome back to this episode of Paint Society. My name is Brian, and on this channel, we're showing you how to do-it-yourself to professional use tips in each and every video. Today, we're going to show you how to make an adjustment with your fan to get the proper pressure in order to lay down a smooth finish, and we have a black paint job just to prove. And on this particular vehicle, it is a used car, and we're doing just a little bit of a repair right here, as well as some little chips along the hood. So we're gonna go ahead and base the whole entire hood. For this area, when we sanded it down, it went through to a couple areas, so we're gonna apply sealer and then base coat, and then we're gonna show you that simple trick with the clear coat. So let's lay down these first two so I can show you how the clear coat works. And this is the area we're gonna seal. So we're gonna tack it all off first. We'll get all the dust and debris off of the panel. And then we're gonna use our Ion Star, which is a destaticer. This is our sealer. Now everything here has been sanded with a P320, so we can use our sealer right over this whole entire area. Sealer is a thinned out primer that is mixed accordingly with the correct additives, so you don't need to sand it, but you can put it over this area. It'll give it the proper protection and then the proper hiding for base coat. So it's real simple. We're just gonna come over here like this. We're not gonna make it too big, and that's all we need to do. Now our next step from here is we're gonna use clear base over everything. Now this is a clear base coat. I like to jump into this only a couple minutes after I spray that sealer. Now we're not gonna go over the whole sealer spot, but we're gonna go about a couple inches into it, and we're also gonna coat that whole entire hood and the whole fender. What this is gonna do for us, it's going to create a surface that is perfect for putting base coat on. Since this has been sanded with an 800 grit, at this point, that base coat will sink into that finish and it will absorb it a little bit. By putting a clear base coat on first, we can allow that base coat to kind of sit on top instead of going into it and potentially messing up the look and the finish of the base coat. So we're using the same gun, and we're gonna start here at the bottom, and we'll come up, and then we're gonna go only about maybe a couple inches into our sealer. We don't need to go over it. We'll come over here on the other side, and what this is going to do is gonna create a nice soft edge around that sealer edge so it's nice and smooth. And the reason for that is sometimes that sealer edge can be a little bit rough. Any edge really of the overspray of the fan pattern will sometimes land just a little bit gritty, and this will smooth it out. And this is a practice I've been doing on the channel now for a few months. I actually made a video about it, and it's really been helping me get beautiful and nice smooth paint jobs. So we'll just put it on here, and once it dries, you'll see that the finish changes just a little bit. And there's a few names for this: Intercoat Clear, Blending Additive, Clear Base Coat. Whatever name you want to give it is just fine. For us, it is called Blending Additive. And that's all there is to it. Now, we're good. We're gonna go ahead and put our base coat right on the hood and our fender. And we're 10 minutes later. The blending additive, I allow it to dry, and we're ready for our base coat. Now, since it's black on black, really only 1.5 coats. Basically one full coat wet, and then I'm gonna come over it and give it a half coat, which is a little bit more of a distance. Let me show you what that looks like. So I'm gonna come here with my base, and I'm gonna cover my sealed area. I have a little area over here. I wanna go a little bit further. And then I'm gonna coat the whole entire hood, because this hood has a couple spots that I fixed with chips. And it has a couple areas that are a little bit questionable that probably need a little bit of base, like a little micro scratch here and there that the base can fill in. So I'm gonna make it better and just go over the whole entire hood to get a nice, clean, smooth finish. Because I believe this car is about sold anyways. I think it's gonna be gone to its new customer tomorrow. So I wanna make it look nice for our dealership and for our customers. And believe it or not, black is the most favorite color for me to paint. So that leads me to my question for you all. What is your favorite color to paint? Is it a metallic? Is it a cool blue? Is it a tri-stage? For me, black, because you can get so much glorification out of it. And most blacks, they match pretty well, and they're easy to blend and very forgiving of any sort of prep work. If you have any prep work that might be a little bit off. So you saw us just spray that. So what I like to do with this is I can come over it now a little bit more of a distance. I would say increase that distance
maybe by a couple inches. And then it just will make sure that we have proper coverage. It will make sure that everything has gone on smooth. Not that you would be able to tell so much with black, but this does have a little bit of metallic in it, guys. It is a black metallic. This paint code is NH893 Black Majestic. And this is the third black color code that I've been spraying since working at the dealership. We started with B92P, then we went to NH731P, and now we're at 893P. So all beautiful colors, but of course Nighthawk Black Pearl B92P is my favorite color code. We're all done here. We're gonna allow this to flash. You're gonna see the color changes, and we'll show you that trick that we're gonna use for clear coat.
And this is after 10 minutes at 120 degrees. For you guys at home that don't have heat, just let it sit for a good 25 minutes and it will dull out just like this. And this is exactly what you want. So when you take your tack rag on it, it's super smooth. Like, it should glide over your whole entire finish and not get like stuck up on anything. This is a smooth, smooth finish right here. So we have the clear coat gun all ready to go. Let me show you how that trick works right now. So when you set up your clear gun, there's three main adjustments. There's the air, there's gonna be your fluid, and your fan. Now your fan is how wide it sprays. This adjustment is to dial in your fan perfectly so you get a much nicer, smoother pattern. The downside to this is it can get you into trouble. So I don't always use this simple trick, but if you're having problems with orange peel and it's not laying down smooth, this can help you out. You just gotta move a little bit quicker. You set your pressure to the pressure you always use. For me, it's 26 PSI, and it's always setting the pressure when the handle is holding halfway with air only coming out, like this. See, air, pull it more, fluid. So I'm setting it to 26. That is at 29. I'm adjusting to 26. Now, I'm gonna turn my fan in, and as soon as this goes up, whether it be 27 or 28, I stop turning it. So I'm turning it in to the right, it's at 26, it went to 28. I'm gonna leave it right there. So now, my fan has dialed in, and now it is gonna be a little bit narrower, watch, okay? So what does this do? It takes the fan that was much wider and it dials it in a little bit. It cleans up the edges and it sends more clear coat in a little bit more of a narrow passageway to the panel. You just gotta be a little careful because it's putting more clear on, but it's smoother. I'm also gonna show you after this first coat that this same trick also works with your regular regulator gauge. Let's lay down the first coat first and I'm gonna talk you through it.
So with this, it is guaranteed to get you much smoother results and cut out a lot of that orange peel. But again, you're gonna have to move a lot faster because that paint is coming out much more at a rapid rate and a lot smoother. So you have two options, move faster, or you can increase your distance a little bit, so a little bit further from the panel. For me personally, I just like to make my speed a little bit faster because I feel if I spray too far away, it's gonna land dry. I like to be around 4.5 to 5 inches from the actual panel itself, and that's how I get the best results. Now I'm sure you can already see that as I'm moving down the panel, that this clear is laying out really, really smooth. The most important thing when you're doing this adjustment is to not overdo it. That means that when you are making that adjustment on the regulator, as soon as you see that little change and that little jump on the regulator, that means you stop. Because if you don't, this simple little gun adjustment can go from good to bad really quick. And I want you to get smoother paint jobs. I don't want you to start to get runs. Now this simple gun adjustment is only meant for clear. You would not use this on your base coats or your sealer. It doesn't matter like it does the clear coat job. And that's it, let me show it to you. And this is after the first coat. I don't like this gun adjustment too much on the sides because it doesn't matter as much. But on flat panels like hoods or something like that, it really just lays it down much smoother. And again, first coat only, and you can see the results here. And the base coat does matter. If you don't lay that base smooth and allow it to dry, it won't go on as smooth as this. So keep in mind that there's more than one factor than a simple gun adjustment. But let me show you how this gun adjustment works on a regular regulator.
And here we are on a regular regulator. So I'm going to show you how it works. I'd set my pressure first. I'm at 20 PSI and my fan is up here, and we're going to adjust it. So as soon as you see that little needle jump, that's when you stop. So I'm turning it here, and as soon as I see it move, I stop. Yep, see it move? You stop right there, and now you have the ideal fan pattern that will come out of this spray gun. And for demonstration, the regular full fan pattern route adjustment looks like this. And the adjustment after the fan pattern looks like this. You can see how it's closed in the edges. We're now ready for our second coat back on the hood. Now for the second coat here, I'm gonna move just a touch slower because I wanna make sure I don't have any dry spots. I wanna complete the job. And the first coat, it doesn't matter as much. The second coat, I wanna fully coat everything, make sure every edge is all good and nice and smooth. So let's go ahead and carry on. I'll start here at the bottom. I like to work from the bottom up and over. I work from the bottom because I can see what I'm doing. I can see the edge of my pattern much better, and it helps to keep everything much wetter and nicer. So that's the reason why I work from bottom to top. I don't know if there's any actual research that will prove one way is better than the other, but I find that most folks kind of feel the same way I do when it comes to painting cars. Another tip that might help you out is hose placement. I have a tough time putting this around and painting like this. It just feels awkward to me. So what I do is I create like a little pocket for the actual hose to slide in and out of, up and over the car as I pull my paint suit away. So as I'm getting close, I'm allowing that paint air hose to slide in and out and pulling my paint suit away. This is how it looks. So I'm right here and I'm keeping my arm up high, but I'm not grabbing the hose. I have an open hand basically here, and I'm allowing it to slide in and out. So it might look awkward, but for me personally, it's more awkward than bringing it up and over. Some painters can do it, I can't. And I'm willing to admit when I can't do something, and the best way for me to fix that problem is to come up with some other sort of technique or process. All right, with the back of the hood here. All right, now we can carry on. And another thing is I don't ever come to the edge of the hood. I will do this in the opposite direction, because if you're coming to the edge of the hood, sometimes you don't really realize that you're building up this edge a lot. And these are just little things that I've come up with throughout my painting experience that have bettered my jobs. And you know, not everything has been perfect along the way, and I'm sure many of you can relate or currently can relate to that you just make these subtle adjustments that seem so minute, but when it all comes together, the big picture is a much better job, and a job that really suits you the best. So find something that works for you, whether it's something weird or cockamamie that others have not done, but it works for you, who cares? There's no really right or wrong way to doing something if you're getting good results and it's lasting a long time. So this is the result we're getting here, and you can see that that finish here is just a beautiful finish, honestly. It just looks fantastic all the way through. The consistency of everything is nice and smooth. Now, is there dirt? Yeah, there's a little piece of lint that landed over there. And there's a couple other ones that I'll nib out for the customer. You probably never see them, but I like to leave a nice, smooth job. So you see the results here using that gun adjustment. Now, I'm not here to tell you to use this every single time, and this is not how I operate my channel. I don't make a video to get views, tell you something's great, and then maybe never do it again. I'm gonna tell you this is a good adjustment, but I don't always use it because I don't always need to use it. I can manipulate the gun in a certain way that works for me. Because the downside, again, is you might get runs because it's putting on a lot of material, and also you might pack the clear on a little bit too heavy if you're not being careful. Remember, what looks good now in the booth or in your garage might not look better or as good when it dries. So these are some things to consider. You put on those coats. If you want to put on a third coat, fine. Give it extra flash time in between because you packed a lot of solvent and that solvent needs to release. So again, a great gun adjustment tip, give it a try first and then you see if you like it. It definitely works and helps out for clear coat. Guys, this is Ryan from Paint Society reminding you, don't overthink it. It's just paint. See you guys on the next episode.